These are the best boxing gloves to use with a heavy bag. The Hayabusa T3 boxing gloves. They are so dense. They have even 5 layers of foam. This actually makes it safer for you to hit the bag really hard. I saw that they are actually an MMA brand, but the boxing gloves are amazing. Everyone is so impressed. They are around $160 a pound. The link is in the description. Title Gel World Boxing Bags. Gloves. Oh God. You heard right, they actually have gel inside the gloves. This is actually a pioneering technique that will make the impact of the glove on the bag distribute around it equally. And what does this do? It protects your hand. You don't want to hurt it. I've seen that some people like the gloves with the gel style and others don't. So I recommend you to try them. They are around $140 a pound, and the link, you know where it is. Cleto Reyes Super Bag Gloves. These are the notorious Mexican style boxing gloves. And well, if you don't trust Amazon reviews when you're gonna buy a product, let me just tell you the boxers like Tyson, Pacquiao, or Lee used to actually use these gloves. The great thing is that they're actually made with real leather, so they're gonna feel so great. It's pure quality. They are around 180 pounds or dollars, and link, you know where it is. Everlast Elite Pro Style Gloves. You've probably heard this brand before because it's one of the most famous ones in the boxing world. The great thing about these gloves is that they don't have a lot of stitching around it. The less stitching, the less probability of it breaking, and the longer they will last, which is what you want. They're way cheaper than the others. They're around $40 a pound, and the link, you know. I've actually gone to a few boxing classes and hurt my wrist when punching the bag. So I did a huge research, and I've seen that the most important things to keep in mind before you buy gloves for heavy bags are durability, how comfortable they are, the actual protection in the knuckle and the wrist, and the punch feel. How does it feel when you crack the bag? The Hayabusa T3 gloves are very high quality. Premium, I would say. They have a lot of foam. This makes them really compact, and they will last longer when you punch. There's a thing though, they have quite a bit of stitching and lining. This is never good in the long term because those parts are going to push against each other when you punch the bag. So keep that in mind. Because these gloves have a lot of foam, it could make them a little bit uncomfortable at first. But as you know, foam is soft, so they will adapt to your hand. You will have a great wrist protection due to the lining system they have. And the wrist wrap is quite long, so you can put them quite hard and there won't be movement of the glove. Now, as your wrists are aligned with your arms, when you punch, you won't twist it when you hit the bag. Finally, all this extra foam is going to make it easier for you to punch the bag harder. The foam will distribute the impact through the knuckle, so you're actually going to improve your punching power without hurting your hand. The Title Gel World Boxing Gloves actually have gel inside. Why? Because this gel lets the glove absorb the impact of the punch better. This, believe it or not, is actually going to make it last longer because now the materials are not going to take as much of the power. So there won't be a stretching between each other, and you won't have to buy other gloves in a long time. If you've done boxing before, you'll know that the hand can get quite sweaty. This is actually quite uncomfortable when you punch a bag because there could be slippage inside. These gloves have a special hand compartment with space inside. This will keep your hand cool, dry, and free from bacterial infections. They also have quite a long wrist wrap. This means that you can put it quite hard to make sure that your wrist is compact. Finally, I've seen in quite a few reviews that this new gel system, when you put the glove on, you're instantly gonna feel more comfortable to hit the bag harder. Apparently, it's literally like magic. So that punch is gonna feel like a whiplash. The Cleto Reyes boxing gloves. I mean, the name sounds Mexican, and Mexican in boxing means complete savages. So their gloves must be pretty good, I think. Unlike the others, these gloves are made with real leather. Obviously, this leather will last longer than any other synthetic material. So probably you won't get those little breaks between the stitching. The insides of a glove are actually made with water-repellent nylon. This is going to keep your hand dry. Really, really important. Why? Because if it's wet, you could twist your, ankle, your wrist, and also there won't be any smell or bacteria inside. The foam in these gloves are of the highest quality, so it will keep the shape of the glove even if you're the hardest puncher in the gym. They also come with an extra thumb foam security part. This padding actually limits the risk of hurting your thumb, which is quite common when you punch the bag. Finally, they are notorious for making a special sound like something like that when you hit the bag. I don't know if it's the real leather or just the fact that they're Mexican, but everyone says that in the comments. In the boxing world, they're famous for this. So if you like that, you know where the link is. The Everlast Elite Pro Style Gloves. Let me stop you there. these gloves will never smell bad, literally. They have an antimicrobial treatment inside and outside. This will kill any bacterial growth and they will last longer and smell better. They are also extremely dense. So you can't get the wrist wrap around your wrist and this could make it a little bit uncomfortable. Keep that in mind. They have a curved thumb design to improve the mobility of your hand when you punch. Some gloves are very straight and it feels a little bit awkward when you hit. With this, it's perfect. Also, this curved design follows the whole glove, so it's more suited for real punch movement, and the dense foam will make you hit the bag so much harder. They're quite cheap as well. The link, you know where it is. Now, these are the questions that I've seen that people ask before they want to buy these gloves. So listen up. What's the difference between normal sparring gloves and gloves for the heavy bag? Obviously, with sparring gloves, you are gonna hit a real person. So the padding on these gloves is normally less thick and less dense. They're just a little bit softer. However, the ones for the heavy bag are actually thicker, stiffer, and denser. This is obviously because a heavy bag is very hard, and you'll normally use it to train your punching power. So with these gloves, you'll be able to hit the bag harder without actually hurting your knuckle or your wrist. Also, because they are bigger, it's gonna give you a better feedback when you punch. This is going to improve your punching technique. What size of boxing glove should you get if you're gonna use it for the heavy bag? I've done a lot of research and I've seen that people tend to say 12 ounces. This is actually quite a big glove and is gonna help you hit the bag harder. Having said this, be careful not to get some gloves that are too big for your frame, for your size, because this is actually gonna get in the middle of your punching technique. But if you are a heavyweight or a bigger person, I recommend you to get 14 or 16 ounces gloves. Can you use heavy bag gloves for other types of boxing training? Of course you can. There's two issues though. Normally, these gloves are slightly bigger than normal. So if you use them for technique exercises or sparring, it's gonna be a little bit harder to punch with the correct technique. And secondly, like I said before, they are denser and stiffer. So when you spar and you hit someone flush, it might hurt them more. You might want to do that, but normally you will spar with teammates, so it's better if you avoid that. How can I find the best fit for my boxing glove when I buy online? Well, there's a trick, and many people don't know it. If you check Amazon and all the products in my description, you can actually buy the gloves, try them, and if you don't like them, you have a 30-day refund, completely free. However, check it out before you buy it, because sometimes they don't have it. Another trick is to go to e-commerce stores that are specialized in boxing. They normally have special sizing charts that will help you measure your hand and recommend you the best size and type of glove for you. All the products I've mentioned at the current lowest price are in the description of the video. So check them out, and if you like them, buy them. Let's go!